I asked what are the adverts, and you said, you know what?
Let's just do the 10
go
steps
through
quickly.
The 10 steps.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's what happens. When a person dies in those 14 days, the following 10 steps must be followed. Step number 1, the estate must be reported to the master of the High Court. Every provincial jurisdiction has a master's office. Pretoria has a master's office. Joburg has a master's office. Durban has a master's office. Pietermaritzburg has a master's office. Cape Town has a master's. Newcastle.
Come on.
Let's bring that Newcastle in. Limpopo, Polokwane, there is a master's office. Where there's a High Court, there is a master of the High Court. Master's office stands for Master of the High Court.
I don't know if Newcastle has a High Court, but anyways,
it's got a master's office.
I just wanted to slip it in there. Dang in Newcastle.
And then when you report this matter, depending on the value of the house, if it's of the estate, if it's below 250, you can do it on your own as a family member. The master will allow you. Once it's above 250, you need an attorney to do the submission. Step number 1. Once it involves an attorney, it then starts rolling into these 10 steps.
Oh, so step number 1, uqina khona if it's under 250.
Yeah, uqina khona
you don't
if
have
it's
to worry
under
about
50.
the other
There's
steps.
no other steps.
Okay,
you get the letter, you go. Step number 2, you advertise the estate. This is called a Section 29 advert, notice to creditor. Notice to creditors. This advert serves to notify every creditor in South Africa that so-and-so has died. Did they owe you anything? Edgar's, Woolworths, everything. And those people are reading those newspapers. It's published every Friday. So if you owe, they will contact the master's office to tell them that this person who has died owes me such and such. That's advert number 1. And this is where if you married incognito property, by the way, Penwell, you might end up passing away when ungenasi skoloto. But if you're married to a woman who has debt, this is where the debt comes in. Your wife's debt starts coming after your estate.
Not doing that to myself.
You're not what? Getting married or you're not getting married incognito property?
Okubili nje kunenkinga ne-stress and kunomuntu wesifazane phakathi so nje stress times
Please go to okay, but right for ukuthola but not for ukushada.
Too much.
Yes, you can separate the two.
By whose choice? Asingayilapha. He said the choice is yours, Pedro.
Advert 1, notice to creditors. Advert 1, notice to creditors.
And then step number 3, you apply to SARS for a tax clearance certificate. You cannot finalize an estate without SARS giving the go-ahead.
Sorry.
SARS is a preferred creditor.
The other advert comes later.
Yeah, the advert comes at the end.
Okay, so step 2, notice to creditors. This is something that the attorney does.
This is
so as the individual, you don't have to deal with it. Attorneys know where to go, know how to advertise.
They have relationships with the newspaper. It's advertised in the newspaper and in the government gazette.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Step number 3, tax clearance. This is where the attorney will hire a tax practitioner to start applying. First, you code at SARS, you tell SARS that this is no longer an income tax number. It's now a deceased person. So they convert it to a deceased tax number. Number 1. Number 2, SARS will let you know what is the last tax assessment that deceased person did. If they're owing in the year that they died, that tax assessment must be done. Whether that tax assessment produces credit or a liability, it will be dealt with in the estate. Okay. And then lastly, once the final tax assessment has been done, SARS will then issue the tax clearance certificate.
Do you have any idea on average how long that takes?
Each time you communicate with SARS, they take 21 days. So SARS is one of the longest stakeholders in estate administration.
One of the longest?
Yeah. Remember, estate administration right now is taking an average minimum 18 months to administer. So this family is going 18 months without this deceased bank account access. 18 months. So that's why those funeral covers must cater for not just the week after the funeral, for 18 months. This is why it's important to have a life cover.
You can't report that bank account, bro. You'll struggle. You rather keep using the money. 18 months.
Yeah,
no and you said even in community of property. You're married, you're not supposed to touch that.
You're not, but the
account.
banks have started obviously feeling bad for the surviving spouse, really. So they just take the value at date of your husband's death and then you can carry on using your accounts. Before, they used to freeze everything. Zonke bonke. Okay,
thank you.
Then we move on to step number 4, which also is one of the steps that takes the longest because it's called asset collection. This is where you close the bank accounts, you pay them in what is called an estate-led account. You take the policies that pay to the estate, you pay it into this bank account. If the heirs choose to sell the shares, you sell them at that stage, you put it in the bank account. If the heirs choose to sell the house, by the way, because bonke sebenemizi yabo and bekumuzi wamkhulu and no one's going to stay there, you do it while it's in the step number 4. It's called asset collection.
Yazi, she's speaking about this like if the heirs agree, kabang ingane zu7, they all need to be told umkhulu had shares, ugogo had 4 properties, kusamele bavume, baphikisana, kodwa mina ngicabanga ukuthi
what if eplazini? Yeah,
this could take very long.
If you have a family that doesn't get along, it takes way more than 2 years. It takes years. There's estates that are open for 10 years.